Hi, I'm Renee.
And I'm Anthony, and we are the channelers, healers, and voices behind Blue Soul Earth. We connect to higher levels of consciousness to bring forth divine energies, to teach ancient wisdom, and to heal.
These energies that we access from higher dimensions largely consist of the ascended masters that humanity across cultures know really well. They are many, but they speak collectively as one voice. And for the sake of simplicity, we simply call them our spirit team.
And how we channel as a couple is quite unique. Divine energies come through Renee's crown chakra, through her solar plexus, and into my solar plexus chakra, through my crown chakra, and back up. And it forms a three-dimensional triangle, which is used to teach and to heal.
Now these energies flow back and forth, a bit like an infinity eight. And the symbolism behind why and how this happens is pretty profound.
It's accessing divine feminine energies and divine masculine energies and weaving them together as one energy to teach and to heal.
Now, for our Blue Soul Wisdom series, we're actually going to be channeling different topics in roughly 10 to 15-minute segments.
So if you're just starting out on your spiritual journey,
or if you'd simply like to access higher levels of consciousness,
or you would like to take your healing practice to the next level,
then join us.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Renee. And we are here today to talk about portals and portals to outer earthly realms. We're going to be highlighting Earth Spirit Dreaming, which is shamanic ecotherapy practices by Elizabeth Meacham. What we're going to do today is call forth our guides, and we will channel their wisdom and ask questions and see what they have to say.
Sounds good to me.
As Anthony's connecting with our guides right now, I'm just going to read a short paragraph in Elizabeth's book, Earth Spirit Dreaming. We're talking about portals today to outer realms. From sitting in circles of rocks over months and years with intention, with song, with creativity, movement, and prayer, I know these circles are portals of shifted space, she writes, that allow communication with other than human beings. Humanity has become profoundly so disconnected from the web of life on Earth as we know it. Our guides are now here.
It is always an honor and privilege to be in your presence, Gaia.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for receiving us.
We are exploring some shamanic wisdom, shamanic ecotherapy practices. We're talking about the earth and awakening to knowing that connection that we have with the earth. She also talks about portals and how to open up portals to these other realities by connecting with the earth and the elements itself. Sacred circles, as I now experience them, she says, are a field, a portal, and a gateway, a channel, a river, a shifted vibration that alters my perceptions of time. So let's talk about portals to shift our frequencies and our vibrations and our realities.
When you and Anthony were first opening up, you created portals. And we always say to all of you, be careful what you choose to open. Make sure that your portal is well intended. Make sure you surround yourself with love and lightness. Make sure that you contain the portal. Be careful that which you call. For everything that you call, there are always others there waiting to come through.
Other energies. They're referring to other energies.
Other energies that are not so close to the light. Yes.
So she's talking about connecting to these portals when she's in nature, when she's surrounded by nature, using things like the trees and the rocks and everything around her that is living and breathing as a way to connect to this higher consciousness.
That is one way to connect to the higher consciousness. That is more of a shamanic, mage, sage, and you know the others
Well, let's talk about that, because that's what her book is about, is this connection with Gaia herself.
So these ways that you refer to as shamanic are nothing more than what you also called your pagan roots, or also what you also refer to as the indigenous. Each country, each place, each land has their own indigenous roots. And with the indigenous, each of them have their own ways of connecting, using Gaia as a means. And why not use Gaia? For Gaia is one of the most powerful energies that you have on this planet. Use all that she gives to you to connect, for that everything that is here is alive. You are one with all of the elements here on the earth plane. Use those to connect. But again, be very careful about the portals that you open up, because there are many things that are not always connected to the light. But do so. Enjoy it. Make sure that you are well grounded as well.
And what about tapping into things like spirit animals and things that you hear in nature that you feel this innate knowing about?
That is perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. You have many healers here that do that as well. They call in the animal spirits. They call in the ancestors. If you feel a calling to do that and you feel a true connection, then that is most likely what your prime energy is in this lifetime. And your soul is trying to experience that. We say to you, do that. Sit with those that are earth-based energies and connect that way. There is nothing wrong with it.
Give us some examples of some elemental energies of Gaia, of the earth, that are of high vibrational light that people can use in nature to connect to get to a higher level of consciousness.
The elemental energies, as we've told you before, are very independent creatures. Now, are they of the light? They are indeed, but they certainly do their own thing. However, saying that, you can connect with all different types: fairies, gnomes, dwarves, elves, unicorns, things that sparkle like butterflies. There are all different sorts of energies that are part of nature. Nymphs, water fairies, things like that, that you can connect to within the forest, within the green. These are the elementals that you can become one with if you choose.
Now, these are in another dimension, so for people who haven't connected to other dimensions, tell us what that looks like, because they exist in this other dimension that we just physically can't see with the human eye.
If we were to put it in a linear perspective, we would say that here is your earth realm, and just above it here is an elemental realm, and then from there you have the others. They are like the go-between between earth and the higher realms. They are communicating both back and forth. That is sometimes why when you lose your keys, you sometimes wonder, but I just put them there. Sometimes you have little things, creatures that are mischievous, and they hide things on you. Get your stones that are gray. What?
The fairy stones.
Fairy stones, yes. Put them around your house. The fairies will like that. Leave out things like honey and milk outside. They will enjoy that. You see, you can give back to your fairy realms, give back to the elemental realms, and they will give back to you. They will make your garden blossom and bloom.
That's not only a great way to appreciate Mother Earth, but it's a great way to feel connected to her and realize that there's no separation and that we are all connected and all one.
You are correct. A great way to feel connected to Mother Earth is to work in your gardens, to work outside, into the things, go into the dirt, go into the water, make the earth beautiful. And the fairy realms, the elementals love that as well, when they see that you're doing this and that you're giving back.
Shed a little more light when we are in nature and we're opening a portal. What should we do to prepare ourselves for opening that portal?
There are first a natural way to do that. When you are outside working in your gardens, working with plants and trees, always set the intention that you are giving back to Mother Earth and to the elemental realm. That is one way that you're opening up, simply through your intentions. However, if you do it through a ritual, make sure you set the intention, open up your circle, use the elementals, water, fire, wind, air is like the ether, and wood as well. All of these different things will help you open up. Make sure you open your circle with an intention of love. Make sure you understand who is coming through when you call them. Be sure to be grounded. Use the stones that are considered grounding. Things that are black, stones that are black, that set the intention that only good can come.
Things like obsidian, black tourmaline, and so on.
Yes, things like that. They're very grounding stones. If you wish to connect to the heavenly realms, use other stones, crystals, things that are blue and purples and pinks.
A lot of people don't realize the type of instrument that they use has different tones and different layers and different frequencies that bring different energies in.
If you wish to connect more to things that are earth-based, use drums, things like that. Your indigenous use them all the time. All different types of earth-based instruments will call in these realms for you. They are not lower, they are just really different. That's all. You will call in the ancient elders as well. And these elders are like your spirit guides, and they will assist you. They have the greatest knowledge of earth-based elements. We know it's a very difficult time now that the humans are going through on this earth realm. But Gaia herself is going through a difficult time.
We hope that now, during this transitional time, however, that Gaia is correcting herself and getting back in balance and back in order.
That is correct. Many will perish as a result, unfortunately. And we apologize for that, for the pain that's being given, or at least the perception of it. We know that you see this death as pain, but we don't. We see it only as an ascension, that your humanity now is going through a reckoning, a ascension process. Again, thank you all for having us.
Thanks for coming, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you. We will leave now.
Okay. So as they're leaving, and Anthony will be back momentarily, we thank you so much for joining today. If there's anything related to the book that we brought up, or the messages that we conveyed, or anything that came through our guides, let us know. We'd love to hear your feedback.
Thank you for joining us.
And Anthony's back. Thanks so much.
Om Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti.